ECC is this weekend. If you are not prepared yet, well, I'll help you out with that.
Okay. TCG Zapdos, he does a very good job as well. Very helpful for newer and experienced players alike, so check him out. And TCG Zapdos, great shows with episodes and great editing, and if you like the Pokemon trading card game, check out their video.
It's going down, I'm giving you a top 10 list of decks that exist that you'll see at your next championship. If you're from Europe, try the ECC, be prepared, sleep well because the competition is brutal, you see. Over 200 players will battle it out or even more, so keep track over your score because on Sunday the finals will be played. Top 32 who will remain, it's a tournament for the ages. Who will write their name in the history pages and what deck will they play? Is it something from the top 10 or a new idea L in the end? I don't know, but I'm quite hyped. Follow everything in the TCG scene, it's easy if you are subscribed. Yeah, put it out for the world to see. TCG decks to the 10th degree. Nobody in the world is safe when we melt down the opponents with our decks so great. Put it out for the world to see. TCG decks to the 10th degree. Nobody in the world is safe when we melt down the opponents with our decks so great. What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here and welcome to another episode. Yeah, that's right, this time around the episode leaked a bit early because yeah, there's the ECC going on and this is actually giving the top 10 decks to prepare yourself for the ECC or upcoming regionals. So yeah, if you're from Europe, definitely go to the ECC, the European Challenge Cup. It's one of the biggest tournaments around and I expect to see some great decks and yeah, good players to show there. I was planning to go to the ECC, but this time around I actually had to cancel that because yeah, my best friend is giving a birthday party Saturday and I actually I told him that I should go even though I wanted to go to the ECC instead. But yeah, you know how it goes, you should always stick up for your friends and yeah, I'm just a nice guy like that. So unfortunately I will not make it, but don't worry guys, I'll still give you the best tips and tricks for the ECC. And also the good thing about this is that I'll be giving reviews about, I have some friends going to the ECC, so I'll have some like reports and reviews coming in yeah, by text, and I can review it sooner than you guys. Yeah, if you are not going, you'll definitely hear what's going on. So to start things off, I have made 9 decks and then some runner-ups. So we'll go with the best deck in the format, yeah, because it won the most cities, Yveltal. Yveltal is just so a powerful card. As you see, it has been dominating a lot. Evil Ball does a lot of damage, and this is just a simple deck list. This is not the perfect deck list, but it includes Keldeo EX, Jirachi EX for consistency, and then 2 Seismitoads just for, yeah, trolling and quaking punching can be good at sometimes. Darkrai EX in combination with Yveltal just gives any Pokemon with darkness energies free retreat, so you can just retreat your Yveltal EX when need be. The energy line is pretty simple as well. 4 DCE, 8 regular darkness energies. And then for the trainers, we chose the Ace Pack card Dowsing Machine. Enhanced Hammer is huge in the format. Look out for it if you're going to the ECC because, yeah, special energies will be discarded. You have to prepare for it unless you're playing, yeah, Quaking Punch at the right time. Okay, Escape Rope, Hypnotoxic Lasers, the ladder, then yeah, Starting Megaphone, a Switch here, 3 Ultra Ball, 2 VS Seeker. Also, you should be aware that VS Seeker is now in the format with Phantom Forces. VS Seeker makes it so you can reuse supporters time after time, so that you have to be careful for Lysander. They'll be used multiple times because once there's a Lysander in your opponent's discard pile, you should be worried about VS Seeker because usually VS Seeker is used to get a Lysander out. Also, the thing you should notice is that I put 1 Pokemon Center Lady in here just because the Slurpuff Seismitoad deck completely, yeah, with the Hypnotoxic Lasers, you cannot get rid of those unless you're like running the Keldeo, then you can just switch in. But yeah, Pokemon Center Lady, I really like it. It's better than Max Potion since you can use it in item lock. There's 1 copy in here. You can reuse it with VS Seeker if you want to, but it's not really necessary. It's just a fun card to use, and as I mentioned, those are not the perfect deck list, but it gives you an idea of what people might run. So Headringer also something to look out for are the Flare tool cards. They'll be swimming, actually swinging them to your side of the field because your EXs will yeah, have to get an extra Carlos energy to attack. So that's not really good. That's why it's also in this deck. Your opponent will have to use more energies, and more energies means, yeah, more damage with Evil Ball. So that's basically the top deck at the moment, winning the most cities. And just after that we have Donphan. Although Donphan has been lowered down in popularity because people have found ways to counter it. I do suggest here, there's only one Hawlucha in this deck list. I do suggest adding it up to 2 or maybe 3 because Hawlucha is really great against the Seismitoad matchup, so you'll definitely want that. Then Dedenne and Zekrom are in this deck list just because Yveltal is so popular, as I mentioned, and the main idea is just spinning turn with Donphan. You already know the drill. I have episodes about each and every single one of those decks, so check those out. This is just giving you some basic tips to look out for. Yeah, and it's just an episode giving you deck list as well. So if you want to prepare yourself for regionals and stuff. So Donphan 2.0, thing to notice here with Phantom Forces is Bite, Barricade from prevents the Pokemon that aren't a Psychic type to use their abilities. So this is great to shut down the Metal deck and stuff. Okay, Energy Line, 3 DCE for Fighting Energies and 4 Strong Energies. The Strong Energies will be discarded with Enhanced Hammer, so maybe you can test out Lysander's Trump card and the deck. But it's up to you, and the trainer cards are just simple like that. Also, Dowsing Machine is the Ace-Pack card. Robo Substitute is an annoying troll card that you switch into after using Spinning Turn. Just, yeah, as I mentioned, to annoy the opponent and to stall and actually make winning the prize race much easier. So for the supporters basic line, there's only 3 N in here just because we do run the VS Seeker, and yeah, this is not the perfect deck list, but it gives you an idea. So usually people split up like Silver Bangle and Muscle Band like this, but you can add in like 3 Silver Bangle if you're expecting a lot of EXs. Okay, that's another deck. Then let's see what else is good. Let's check out the Aromatisse deck this time around. This is really simple, using Aromatisse with the Fairy transfers, transferring around the Fairy energies. And yeah, this also counts for Rainbow energies for the new players out there. So it's basically like Aromatisse and then some Xerneas with Geomancy to power up some Pokemon on the bench with Fairy energies. And then use some random EXs. We have Virizion to block, like if you have a Rainbow on one of your Pokemon, it prevents special conditions, which is great against the Seismitoad matchup. Then Yveltal EX, way too good in the format, so why not add it in here as well. Xerneas EX. It's Fairy Pokemon. You can also add in like the Florges EX, but I'm not a big fan of it at the moment. Because you want to have a pure Fairy deck. This is like a mix-up. Aegislash, also really good. Prevents all damage done to it with Pokemon with special energies. Landorus to snipe, and then Suicune to stall. Also, Seismitoad is in here as well, again, as the Mewtwo. Yeah, Energy Line, 8 Fairy Energies, 3 Rainbow, and a DCE. You can switch it up to prefer it to your own taste, like 4 Rainbow Energies, or yeah, it's up to you. Okay, and the thing you should notice is you don't have to bench everything in your deck. Like, let's say you're facing a water deck, do not even use Landorus, discard it straight away with, yeah, Ultra Ball or something. Also, Dowsing Machine is the card here to use. Computer Search could also be a great option. Enhanced Hammer, Escape Rope, Max Potion is the way to go here, healing off the damage if you use the Fairy transfer ability to when need be. That way it's really great. A thing to notice also is that Pokemon Fan Club is a must here because you want to have your setup and Fairy Guard. Maybe you can add it up to 4 if you're scared of the Stadium Wars, because a lot of people use Fighting Stadium, Fairbank City Gym and stuff, so maybe a 4th Fairy Guard might be optional. Alright, we're speeding into things with the Metal deck. Pretty simple, using the Metal Links from Bronzong to power up your Metal Pokemon. Aegislash, as I mentioned, really good. Dialga is the main Pokemon from the deck. There's only 2 in here, but maybe you can add up to 3. And I really like the secret rare one, if I can find it. Yeah, the Chrono Wind blocks EXs to attack, and also Full Metal Impact with a Muscle Band is 170 damage. So other Pokemon to mention, Keldeo EX is pretty neat if it has a Float Stone. That way, if they catch her out, your Bronzongs, or use a Pokemon Lysander or something, then they won't be stuck in the active position. Although, yeah, because they have 3 retreat cost, it's not great. Okay, Energy Line, 7 Metal Energies, 4 DCEs. You can add it up like more Metal Energies if you want to. For the Trainer Line, there's 1 Battle Compressor in here, new from Phantom Forces. It's great to put your Metal Energies into the discard so you can reuse them time after time. Computer Search is the way to go in this deck personally, because you want to get out your stuff as fast as possible, and it's quite consistent. There's no Jirachi in this deck since it doesn't use Super Scoop Up or anything like that, so yeah, that's why I prefer Computer Search. Okay, Max Potion, there's also 1 in here because you do get to reuse your energies. Energy Switch in here, Enhanced Hammer, Starling Megaphone, Ultra Balls, definitely 3, maybe 4. Fan Club can be the way to go, but then again, you can attack already with your Mewtwo or with your Seismitoad to stall while you're setting up your other Pokemon like the Bronzong. Yeah, and then a 1 Skyla and the Steel Shelter is definitely needed in the deck just to prevent the annoying Slurpuff Seismitoad deck to, yeah, Hypnotoxic Laser all over you. Then 3 Muscle Bands and that's about it. Okay, next deck. A new deck that came up in the late cities. We had a Landorus Crobat deck. I definitely say like run 3 Landoruses or maybe only 1 Lucario because yeah, I don't have 4 Landoruses. I only have 2 on the TCG online program, so that's why the deck list looks like this. But definitely 3 Landorus because sniping is all the thing, everything the deck is revolving around. Okay, we have a Ditto. It's optional here. Maybe you can add up a 4th Zubat. It's all up to you. Getting your Crobats out. And the thing you should know is Hammerhead, you spread around damage a lot with the strong energy and the fighting stadium and good stuff like that, while Crobat splashes out the damage with Surprise Bite, and Golbat helps out with that as well. So sniping, a really nice deck to know. And another thing is the Ace Pack card is Scoop Up Cyclone just to put a Pokemon from your end play back into your hand. A great way to get your Landorus healed up once again. Super Scoop Up is the weaker version. It needs a flip coin, a coin flip for that. You can also use the AZ card. I don't think it's in here, but yeah, they also think you can use Fighting Stadium, but I prefer Verbank City Gym because you can use it without having to attack. Usually when they use Enhanced Hammer and NU, then your Landorus isn't able to attack. So yeah, it's just like that. So pretty simple deck list like this. So wish you guys the best of luck. There's a 1 Psychic Energy in the deck because, yeah, sometimes Wobbuffet likes to Psychic Assault someone. Yeah, it's just like that. Alright, another deck here that I have to mention is the Manectric Kyurem. Was really good in the beginning of cities. We have Black Kyurem EX with Black Ballista, 200 damage. You can power it up thanks to Turbo Bolt from Manectric, Mega Manectric. There's a Terrakion in here to destroy some Pokemon that are weak to fighting. And then Kyurem, yeah, just to destroy Donphan and other Pokemon that are weak to water. Okay, energy line. There's a lot of energies in here just because Manectric likes to get them from the discard pile to your active Pokemon or bench Pokemon or whatever. You just want to power up your stuff. Actually, you have to attach it to the bench. Yeah, but you can switch it because Manectric has free retreat. Okay, Computer Search, Enhanced Hammer, there are 2 in here. Then there's also Tool Retriever, just if you're afraid like they're gonna head ringer you. Lysander is in here, the Manectric Spirit Link card, and yeah, just like that. Also, you should think about the head ringer that I mentioned. You can put it into any deck because it's just that good. If you have it, just slap in a copy and remove something you don't like and one of my deck lists. Next is Pyroar, still doing great. This time around there's a new one with Flare Command. This, if you discard a fire energy attached to this Pokemon, you can basically use Lysander, which is the main key to go because Intimidating main just is that good. All basic Pokemon can attack, and if you see all the deck lists, most of them don't have evolution, so that's why they use Hypnotoxic Laser to stall out this Pyroar. This is the deck list with Seismitoad. Also, Combustion Blast can be really good, 170 damage with a Muscle Band, and the energy line looks like this. 4 DC, 8 fire. So usually the energy line is between like 10 and 12 or 13 if there's a heavy need for energies. Dazzling Machine, all the same as just like every deck uses Enhanced Hammer, an Ace Pack card, some Ultra Balls, a Switch, and yeah, it's basically all the same, but other things needed up, like Fiery Torch is just great in this deck, makes you so you can draw cards, really consistent. Then we have the Energy Acceleration for Fire with Blacksmith, yeah, Verbank City Gym is in the deck as well, and then Head Ringers to annoy your opponent even more. Okay. We're almost there, guys, so if you have like one of your favorite decks that I haven't mentioned yet, that will be soon because I reviewed everything already because I only have a couple of decks left. So another deck that came in late in the cities were the Seismitoad Slurpuff deck, really consistent. Slurpuff, everyone thought like this card was mediocre, but it proven itself way worthy because tasting is really good, lets you draw a card. If it's active, lets you draw 2 cards. So Seismitoad, you all know the guy, Quaking Punch, it's annoying. Yeah, the energy line is only 7 in here, and I'll explain why that is. You only need DCEs, and now you're saying like, oh, they're gonna use Enhanced Hammer. Well, no, because you are putting them in an item lock. Also, this is annoying with the hammers. Crushing Hammer is in here, Dazzling Machine to reuse stuff, Super Scoop Up, and yeah, Hypnotoxic Lasers. Then there's also some Flare tools in here, Jamming Net and Head Ringer, Muscle Band, and then cards you don't see very often, Genesect and Team Flare Grunt can be used to discard energies, or with the tool cards can be discarded as well. So these are really unique because mostly you don't run them because they aren't that consistent, but with the Slurpuffs out, usually at the late game you have 3 or 4 out, so that's amazing. So that's why we can run these kind of supporters. This is also one of those supporters that many people run as Pokemon Center Lady. And Lysander Strong card, this is actually one of the only decks that runs it because it has the time for it. You don't always need to use a draw supporter because the Slurpuffs do that for you. So quite an annoying deck. Enhanced Hammer and Crushing Hammer makes it so your opponent doesn't have energies. Then with the Team Flare Grunt item cards, yeah, it's amazing. I actually prefer this deck. If I had to go to the ECC, I'd pick this one just to troll my opponents. Although I'm yeah, a professional Donphan player, I played it throughout the entire season, but there's just something about the Slurpuff deck that makes me really like, yeah, it's alright. Next is the Virizion, aka Genesect Virizion. I put in Manectric in here. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but Yveltal is still going strong, and yeah, you can just do stuff with Manectric. You can build up stuff as well. There's Jirachi in here, of course, and then Deoxys is a must because without Donphan, yeah, without Deoxys you cannot destroy Donphan in one shot. You can add a splash in a muscle band, but 120 damage is not the way to go. Yeah, also the reason that I put in Manectric is that I don't have 4 Virizions, so maybe you can do something else. Manectric. Okay, energy line, 4 plasma energies, great with red signal, capturing out Pokemon, 6 grass energies, then 3 lightning energies. Then for the trainer line, if you're a new player, things should become familiar. We have like draw supporters like, let's see, we're just gonna, these are basic. We have a Lysander and Sycamore / Juniper. Those are just basic supporters that every deck needs. Colress is optional, and then this is Shadow Triad, puts a Team Plasma card from your discard pile back into your hand. Really great. Skyla makes it so you can search out your G booster and destroy everything. This is the Ace Pack card, by the way. It lets you destroy everything, even like cards with let's say Sigilyph or something. You can destroy those. You can go straight to them. We have Muscle Bands in here. Manectric Spirit Link, just of course for the Manectric, and then yeah, Ultra Ball, there's 4 in here just to get out Jirachi because sometimes this deck isn't as consistent, which if you get out your Virizion start then it's really good, but yeah, sometimes it draws dead, and if you don't have energies in play at the late game, it fizzles out, yeah. What else? Super Scoop Up, as there's 2 copies in this deck. Just let's say you start with the Jirachi. I see it a lot of times in tournaments, people start with Jirachi. It's a great card all around, but you don't want to start with it, so Super Scoop Up brings it more life. And then that's about 9 decks I reviewed. So I'm gonna just create a new deck. It's not a new. I'm not gonna review the entire deck, but just gonna some honorable mentions. We have the Gengar decks. Yeah, Gengar decks revolve around. Let's just say Gengar, Revenant. The Mega is optional, by the way, and the deck. And then we have the Dragon type. I don't know how it's called. It's a Dragon type, so we're gonna filter it out to the Dragon types, apply, and yeah, it's this one, Drago. So this combination, really simple. Gengar uses the attack, switches around to one of Trevenant to put the item lock, and this way, if it's poison, you cannot retreat. So that's why Pokemon Center Lady could be useful in certain decks. So that's an honorable mention. I don't have the full deck list, but could be neat to test out. Then we have the Night March. Okay, there's still the filter. We'll just filter it back to the normal way and put in Night March. So this revolves around 4 Joltik, 4 Lampant, 4 Pumpkaboo and combination. I reviewed this deck already, check it out on my channel. Could be really neat. It's also nice to play it with Celebi EX in combination with the Pumpkaboo's evolution. It's called, wow, I'm forgetting a lot of names here. The evolution of Pumpkaboo. Yeah, you guys should know it. Yeah, anyway, you can also play it with Mew EX. This is the way more aggressive version, so I prefer that. So those were a couple of honorable mentions, and then for you guys that are a bit low on money, you can test out the evolution deck. Go back, everyone. The evolution deck with Flareon, some Eevees, Leafeon, Raichu and stuff. Yeah, you know the drill. It's just a cheap deck, just doing really great with the DCEs and just going after the weakness. So that's basically it for the top 10 decks. It's actually the top 9 decks with the deck list and then some honorable mentions. So hopefully you enjoyed another episode, and I wish you guys all the best of luck at your upcoming tournaments, whether it's a league challenge, late cities, or maybe the beginning of the regionals, and most important, the ECC. I wish everyone the best of luck, and I want to see some, yeah, you'll get the results soon on my channel. So the thing to know is that I won't be going, but I remember the time in 2012 where I went, became 11th from the entire tournament. There are like a lot of players coming, and an international tournament is always great. Go there if you have the money, or if you have the time. Go, definitely, I recommend it. You'll definitely get to meet a lot of awesome people because the community is that awesome. So that's it for this video. There's not a lot of Poke news, so I won't mention it in this video. Maybe in a mini-sode, which yeah, it's a long time ago that I made a mini-sode because the second mini-sode got deleted from YouTube thanks to copyright, which was strange. But that aside, that's it for this episode. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace.